Like and subscribe. Let's grow NAIA basketball. Thank you. Cascade Hoops Talk, bringing the world NAIA basketball one podcast at a time. Please like. Hey, Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. It's Thursday, November 30th, and guess what? We have a brand new top 25 poll. Came out yesterday morning. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through the top 10, and then we have Kyle Mangas. He plays for the Indiana Mad Ants. You know him from Indiana Wesleyan, two-time player of the year. Really nice guy. Enjoy talking to him. So we'll talk to him, and then we'll finish going through the top 25. So why don't we just kick it right off here? A lot of these schools are not, didn't play today or won't be playing for a few days, but we're going to go through them all just to real quick catch you up. So number one, as expected, Grace College, they're 8-0. They're going to play Spring Arbor on Saturday in Winona Lake. Spring Arbor is much improved, and I'm really looking forward to that game. Number two is College of Idaho. College of Idaho, of course, started out their defending champions, started out the season as number one. They're going to travel this weekend and kick off Cascade Conference play. They're going to play Southern Oregon and Oregon Tech. Number three is Langston. They're 5-0. They're going to probably have one of their better tests of the year. The next couple of games, they're going to play Oklahoma City and John Brown. This is a team, honestly, I think needs to be tested more. They're winning games, but they still have really failed to show that zing that we expected from them. So we'll see how they do with Oklahoma City and John Brown. Number four is Oklahoma Wesleyan. They were in action last night. They went to 8-0. They just polished and shined St. Mary, beat them 75-45. In this game, your normal suspects with Oklahoma Wesleyan, Jaden Litsky, double-double, 18 points, 11 rebounds. And then Dylan Phillip, he had 11 points. Again, they're 8-0, and they're going to take on Southwestern next on Saturday. Number five, Arizona Christian. Of course, they fell to Union the other day. They're back in action against Multnomah on December 7th, and they are 6-1. Georgetown, they come in at number 6. They move from 5 to 6. They're going to take on Washington Adventist right there on December 2nd, which is Saturday. Number 7 is LSU Shreveport, moving up from number 9. They're going to play LSU Alexandria. Yes, LSU Alexandria tonight. So that's a good rivalry game. LSU Alexandria has been down, but you can kind of throw out the records when those two teams meet. Montana Tech, they're 6-1. Again, I apologize for this. Their schedule was just a mess on the NAIA page. But they're 6-1. They're going to be playing on Friday, Concordia University of Edmonton, and then University of Montana. They're 6-1, and they come in at number 8. Number 9 in our new poll, the 5-2 Indiana Wesleyan Wildcats. They just lost that game the other day to Grace. And then they're going to play 7-1 Bethel on Saturday in Lucky Arena. So they'll be at home, but that'll still be a good game. Bethel's good. Bethel has a ton of size. And, of course, they have Drew Lutz. And you can never bet against Drew Lutz. Wayland Baptist, they stay at number 10. Wayland Baptist is 4-0, and they'll play Mid-America Christian tonight. So let's take a listen to Kyle Mangas talk Mad Ant basketball. Let's take a listen. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Kyle Mangas from the Indiana Mad Ants. Everybody knows him, two-time Player of the Year with Indiana Wesleyan. Thank you very much, Kyle, for being on today.
Yeah, thanks, Billy D. Always like to come on here. I think we try to do it once a year, so excited to chat about the Crossroads League, IWU, NAIA, all of it.
So before I get to that, as we record this Wednesday morning, last night you had a career night in the G League. I think 23 points, 8 assists. Just talk about it appears to be pretty high level basketball. What is it like playing in that league?
Yeah, it's extremely high level. Just the coaching, the player. I mean, from the players, the talent, the athleticism, the speed, the pace of play. Like it's on a whole different level. I mean, you've got guys on every team who have played in the NBA, started for NBA teams. We have an NBA champion on our team, Jordan Bell. We have a guy who played in 500 NBA games, in Elfrid Payton. So
Wow.
it's pretty cool. Just the IQ and intelligence part too as well. So I'm really enjoying it, learning a lot. Definitely some adjustments to make. Like I said, with all those things such as the speed and athleticism and that type of thing. But yeah, really loving it and happy to be in Indiana too again.
Just watching you, and a lot of fans are watching you. A lot of people are really proud of what you've been able to do. But it appears you're really enjoying yourself. And every level you go to, you seem to just rise to the moment. Are you comfortable? You appear comfortable. Are you comfortable on the court, and are you having fun?
Yeah, I'm having so much fun. Like I said, I mean, for one, just like playing professional basketball in Indiana is awesome. I mean, it's a dream come true, especially for us Hoosiers. That's what we dream of as kids growing up in the driveway and that type of thing. So that part is special. But yeah, I feel like I'm getting more and more comfortable each day. It's slowing down a little bit, and have some great players on my team who that part is really nice. Helps
Yeah.
make it a little easier. There's so many good players on our team.
And your family get to a lot of your games?
Yeah, they're coming down from Warsaw. It's about a 2-hour drive, just
2
over
hours.
that,
Okay.
and have a bunch of friends in Indy too. Really close friends from Wesleyan and just even from Warsaw, growing up with some guys and stuff. So that's been cool just to have familiar faces with family and friends in the stands.
So I want to get to a subject that I know is near and dear to your heart. I want to talk some Indiana Wesleyan Wildcat basketball. You'll
Yeah.
always be a Tiger. You'll always be a Wildcat. Those two schools will always be part of you. Just in general, talk about what you see with the Wildcats so far this season.
Yeah, it was pretty cool for me. I got to go to my first game. It was their home opener versus Union. I got to go to my first game since graduating
Oh,
um,
wow.
2 years ago. So just to kind of be back in Lucky Arena and feel those, emotions and that energy again was pretty sweet. Got to go in the locker room after the game with the guys, and just being around them is really cool experience. But yeah, I mean, I try to watch all the games I can. I'm on the same time schedule and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's IWU, off to a good start for them. Like, I mean, obviously always scoring the ball well. Griffin Cleaver and Javen Buchanan, kind of their scoring duo right now, and have been impressive. And they've had some new guys step up. I mean, Bon Traeger has been playing well, DJ Moore, and they've had a couple freshmen, Marcus Anke and Jackson Gould, who I think have stepped up defensively for them and have really helped. So that's been good. Good.
I want to ask you about Javen Buchanan. I mean,
Yeah.
just watching him, to me, he appears to have a ton of upside. He's
Oh
he's
man,
very
yeah,
athletic.
he is. I played with them this summer. Try to go back there and play with them at
Yeah.
least once a year, and man, he is impressive. Like, he took his body to a whole nother level this summer, just with the strength and diet and that type of thing. And but not only that part. I mean, he, like, the game has slowed down for him, and I had even talked to him about that. And he's so patient. He's so patient and smart in the lane now. And I mean, he has great size. He's 6'7" and can jump out of the gym. So when he slows down, like, in there and takes his time, like, there's really nothing anyone can do about it. So he's taken a big leap this year, and he's only going to continue to get better. So definitely proud of him, and he's a fun one to watch.
Jackson Gould, who went to your alma mater there at Warsaw,
Yeah.
Coach was able to nab another one out from under Scott Moore's nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's been getting a lot of minutes. He's very skilled. You got to be proud
Yeah.
of your alumni mate there.
Yeah, it's super cool to see another one from Warsaw end up at IWU. And yeah, Jackson's a fighter. He's gonna go out there and compete. Like he's like a charge machine, man. Like if someone's coming in the paint, he's gonna step in there and he's gonna take one. He tries to do a few every game. So like I said, him and then the other freshman who starts, Marcus Enke, they've been big on the defensive end. Definitely bring a competitive edge to IWU.
Now, have you been able to watch much other Crossroads League play? Keep up at all, or is it, you just watch IWU?
I keep up. I mean, when I mainly watch IWU, but like I watch that IWU Grace game. I watch some of the IWU Huntington games. So usually I can see the teams at least once or twice, and then keep up with the scoring and the stats usually just through Twitter and that type of thing.
Kyle, I have a question for you. So, Grace, as we record this, we're waiting for the rankings come up. Grace is going to be number one, and they're going to go through the entire Crossroads League schedule with a big, huge target on their back. You went through that, but I know in your sophomore year you were defending champions. You went through that your entire year. I don't know, you were in a race with Spring Arbor. I can't remember that completely, but I know that was a 2 or 3 team race. What is it going to take for Grace? If you were the coach of Grace, what would you be telling the guys? Because you lived through that, going through a season with a target on your back.
Yeah, they will be number one, and rightfully so. Like,
yeah, they've earned it.
I mean, they've earned it. Yeah, those guys are. I mean, they're like a machine, honestly. And they've got a lot of veteran experience with the Gibbs brothers, Malone, Wadding. Like, they have size too, especially for an NAIA team. I mean, they are big, physical. Like, they are a good team. But yeah, that can be difficult. Going into every game, like the other team is going to bring their best every time they, like, when they see Grace on the schedule, like they're going to have that circled because they know Grace is going to be a top 5 team. So that team is going to bring their best, and you have to step up and match that energy every game. And sometimes that can be hard. Sometimes it can be a sleepy Tuesday night and the crowd might not be into it and that type of thing, and you got to really get up for it. So I'm sure Coach Scott Moore and Jordan Widener there are telling those guys that they know what they're doing for sure.
Those two know their business for sure, don't they? I think was it your junior or sophomore year? You had that slip up at the end of the year at Goshen that shocked everybody. But I want to talk about Grace again just for a moment. I've been able to watch. They came out to Oregon and played a couple, and I was able to watch them up close. The thing is, they don't make mistakes, and when you make a mistake, man, you pay for it right now. In the Indiana Wesleyan game, and this is the way every game I've watched. Well, the Marion game was a little different, but for the most part, teams look like they're hanging with them, and then they'll make a little mistake, and the next thing you know, they're down 8. Well, hold it, what just happened? But if you bobble the ball, they have it, and it's a jam at the other end, and they don't make mistakes on their end.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it. I mean, like I said, they do have that experience. These guys have played in a lot of big games. They know what they're doing, and IWU was winning against them at half up at Grace. I don't know how many it was, maybe 10, maybe a little bit less than that. And then boom, the second half starts, and like we're 10 minutes in, and Grace is up 10. So like you said, they can go on a run at any moment. They have that capability. They have the firepower. They're just going to be a tough team to beat, and especially with Malone. I mean, he is just a beast down there. He's a matchup problem. Their guards take really good care of it, like you said. Carter Stoltzfus, he's a guy I know. He takes good care of it and just gets the ball to the right spots, and you need guys like that on your team.
I want to ask you about Coach Cottingham teams up in Spring Arbor. I mean, it's a program you're familiar with. I know. They've been down a couple of years, but I think they're pretty good this year. They went over and beat Coach Ronay's team that I think is pretty good, Mount Vernon. I think Spring Arbor is going to surprise some people. Have you got a chance to see them?
I haven't yet, but interestingly enough, I just saw my good buddy Paul Marindette.
Oh yeah, Saturday. You did. All right.
In Grand Rapids, we played the Nuggets G League team. So Paul came to the game. It was cool to catch up with him. He's a varsity head coach now. So we didn't talk much Spring Arbor, but I'll watch him play this year. I know they have a guy. It's Niehoff, right? Averaging like 27.
Gabe Niehoff is filling it up for him.
That's what I've seen. So I really got to tune in and watch them. I think Iwu plays them fairly soon. But yeah, I mean, with Spring Arbor, you're always going to get disciplined, super patient team, like very smart team, going to take care of the ball and like never rushed, really going to try to wear you out, use that whole shot clock. And that can be hard too, to stay
Yeah.
in games. Sometimes they can speed you up and then boom, on their end of the court, they just play very slow, methodical, and can wear you down.
I think one of the greatest testaments to Coach Cottingham, that championship team. I think Beckman is still there as an assistant at Spring
Yeah.
Arbor, and Darnell is at Fort Wayne at North. Anyway, he's
East Noble, I think.
yeah, East Noble, and then as you just said, Marindet is coaching. Where's he coaching?
He's coaching at a high school in Grand Rapids,
Oh, okay.
Michigan. Yeah.
So there's three coaches off one team, so that's quite the
Yeah.
testament, isn't it?
Yeah. Those guys are just smart basketball players. They know what's going on, and you can tell. I mean, they can back it up. They have a championship under their belts.
What kind of reception did you get when you walked into Lucky?
It
Did
was
anybody
pretty
know who
cool.
you were?
Yeah, just a few. It was awesome. I didn't really tell anyone I was coming, so it was cool to just walk in there and see so many familiar faces, just catch up with people. A lot of smiles, and then just watching the game, being a part of the other side of it was pretty neat for me.
Well, Kyle, it really sounds like you're enjoying being back in Indiana. I know that following Indiana Wesleyan is one of the real loves in your life. So that brings me to kind of my last question. Indiana Wesleyan will always be part of you. And you and
Yeah.
I've talked a little bit about this before, but talk about what it was about Indiana Wesleyan and Coach Tonigal and being a Wildcat that was so special to you that makes you want to always be a part of that.
Yeah, I mean, it means so much to me that I can call myself a Wildcat and that I was a part of that program. Like everyone, likes to say like, oh, it's different here and that type of thing. But I feel like I can really attest to that. Like you get a true brotherhood where guys want to see each other succeed, sometimes even more than they want to, and that's pretty rare to find at this level of
Mm-hmm.
basketball. And you get a coaching staff who pours into you, relationally, and they care about you. They want to see you do well. You're not just a piece of the business. And that's tough to find. And then just, the school in itself, just the people there, how they treat you, how they care about one another. Like so many good things to say about that place.
Yeah, it is a pretty special place. I've been able to be there a couple times, and you should be proud of being a Wildcat, and you had a great career there, and it's really fun watching your career continue. And I'm glad you're in Indiana where your family can watch you now and not have to turn on the TV at 2 a.m. to try to catch you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm very, very blessed, grateful for this opportunity. Not taking it for granted, and yeah, just trying to keep fighting and keep the dream alive.
Well, Kyle, I really appreciate you taking a few minutes talking to us about Mad Ant basketball and Indiana Wesleyan basketball and Crossroads League basketball. And, we wish you all the luck in the world. And, everybody in the NAI is following your career. You know that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Always fun to talk Crossroads. I'm looking forward to watching even more games this year. And, anyone can beat anyone in the Crossroads League and even the NAI too. So
Yep.
should be another exciting year of NAI basketball.
Well, Kyle, you take care of yourself and you have a good holiday and tell your family all hello. And we'll get to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, you too, Billy D. Happy holidays. Sounds good. Thanks for having me on, man.
Thank you very much. That's Kyle Mangas, Mad Ant basketball. Thanks, Kyle. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy. Hey, thank you very much, Kyle Mangas. I got to figure out why when I click that, it always wants to start the video back over. But it was really fun to talk to him. He's a really super nice guy. And that is really cool that he's back in Indiana. He's very, very proud that he's playing basketball in Indiana. I'm sure you could hear it in his voice. What a great guy. What we're going to do is go through the rest of the top 25. There's a few teams that played last night. We'll talk about that, but also so where everybody's at with the new top 25. So Southwestern, they played Sterling tonight. Southwestern won that game. They're 8-0 now. Go back to it. They won that. Boy, that's good job, Bill. They won that game 89-67. I don't have the slide, but Kevin Clark, I think, had 24 points. And I don't remember the rest of the scoring. Freed Hardman is at number 12. They're 7-2, and they play again on uh, December 5th. They're going to take on Fisk. So Freed Hardman is number 12. Northwestern, I wanted to talk about this game. So Northwestern now, they're 7-0. They won tonight, but they went into Dort and won 83-66. I bring that up because Dort is one of the toughest places to play in the country, and they beat them pretty handily. What is that, 17 points? Northwestern is really starting to show something here. We're going to have to keep an eye on them as they work through that G-Pack. In that game, Alex Van Kelsbeek, 23 points, 5 rebounds. And then Connor Geddes, 18 points, 3 rebounds. They're 7-0. They'll be at Hastings on Saturday. And Hastings, everybody in the G-Pack can beat anybody. So we'll see what happens when they travel to Hastings on Saturday. Olivet Nazarene, they beat St. Ambrose the other day. They're 6-1. They'll play Judson on Saturday. Northwestern and Olivet Nazarene are tied at 13. That's why there's no 14. Mobile, they lost the other night to William Carey, 81-80. That was a really tough loss for the Rams. They're at 7-2 right now, and then they'll play Point on Saturday. And it's not going to get any easier with Point, so Mobile needs to bring their best game. Big game tonight in Sioux City. Morningside, I guess that now the way they say it, I hear everybody says it when there's a rivalry game in a town. They own Sioux City. But Briarcliff and Morningside are both very good teams. Morningside won this game 97-80. They're now at 6-1. Eli Doble, look at that, 29.7 rebounds. Joey Scoff, 31 points, 4 rebounds. These guys are playing excellent ball for the Mustangs. And Ave Maria finally gets in the top 25. They're 8-0, and they get beat by Florida National tonight. It had to be very disheartening for them. We're going to get Coach on hopefully tomorrow, talk about that program. But you know what? You win games and you lose games. I'm sure if you're an Ave Maria fan right now, you probably feel like the world just came to an end. But it's college basketball. Anybody can beat anybody. So you got a chance for redemption on Friday. You're going to host Florida College. That will be a good game. But still, Ave Maria is 8-1. So in that game for Florida National, Matthew Robinson, look at this night he had. 34 points, 5 rebounds. And they hold Ave Maria to 38% shooting. Number 18 is the Masters. They moved up from number 20. They're 5-1, and they'll be back in action against Florida Memorial tonight. Number 19, a new to the top 25, Cumberland's. Look at this. They're already 11-0. They're almost halfway through their schedule. They'll be back in action on December 9th at Rio Grande. 11-0. Lords played tonight. Big game in the WAC. They went to Grand Rapids, and they were able to beat Cornerstone in Grand Rapids. Jackie Harris, right here. Jackie Harris, he scored 21.7 rebounds. I'm impressed with this guy. If you haven't watched Lords play, you gotta watch Jackie Harris play. He's a good ball player. And then another usual suspect for Lords is on the top scoring list all the time, Joey Hollifield, 16 points, 7 rebounds. So they're 5-0. Is that right? No, they're 7-0. And they'll be playing, I think, Northwestern Ohio next. Yes, they'll play Northwestern Ohio on Saturday. Number 21 is Rocky Mountain, a Frontier Conference team, new to the top 25. They're 5-1, and they They have a couple exhibition games, and then they play the Masters on December 15th. Number 22, Xavier. They were 22 last time, so they hold steady. They play tonight against Southwest. And number 23, another team new to the top 25, is Columbia. They're 6-1. They just came off a huge win against Briarcliff, and then they'll take on Central Baptist tonight. I think this Briarcliff game might have been the one that got them in the top 25, and I think it's the one that kept Briarcliff out of the top 25. Number 24, St. Thomas. They went from 14 to 24. They had a battle with Baptist Bible tonight. They ended up winning the game 95-84 to go to 7-2. You may have saw it on Twitter, but Milton Matthews, man, he came to play. He had a night. 44 points, 7 rebounds. Also, King Warren, a double-double, 21 points, 12 rebounds. So St. Thomas now is 7-2, and they'll take on, jumped away from me, I'm sorry, Florida National on December 9th. And number 25 is Florida Memorial. Of course, this is where Delano Thomas is now. They are 8-0, coming off the big win against Shawnee State, and they're going to play the Masters tonight. So a lot of good basketball. Really appreciate everybody listening, and I hope you enjoyed Kyle Mangas. We're going to get head coach Ave Maria hopefully on tomorrow. Coaches, don't be afraid to reach out. Like to get your voices out there, and appreciate everybody who listens. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.